Advent of Code, day number 9. Let us go ahead and dive into talking a little bit about what went kind of a little sideways with our solution yesterday and why we didn't place in the top 1,000. And then we'll talk through what we're doing to prepare for day number 9. And maybe now there's a little bit of distance from the fog of war of the AWS outage yesterday. Might get a chance to talk about that. We'll see. But yeah, so let's talk about day number 8. Spoilers ahead. So we were asked to, in day number 8, try to unscramble a scrambled input that looked something like this. Basically had a bunch of characters. There were 7 potential characters, and they could be scrambled in random order. And these letters here always were the scrambled results of going from 0 to 10. And over here on the right-hand side was the thing you were supposed to decode. So I wrote a constraint solver for my day number 8 because that was kind of the way I've solved them in the past, and I didn't immediately jump to thinking that it could be cheesed. And I think in retrospect, this is the hint that Eric was giving me on the stream, that there is a not fun way to do it that is fast, whereas I did the thing that is fun. And the thing I did was fun was actually, running the constraint solver, right? I was actually repeatedly iterating until I was able to solve each digit. But it turns out that if you take the 7 possibilities for the first digit, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, essentially 7 factorial, there are only about 5,000 possible scramblings. So it was entirely possible to take this list here and to sort it so that every letter appeared in alphabetical order. And then you could match it against one of the 5,040 possibilities that you scrambled yourself and knew what the end scramblings were. And then it would be trivially easy to de-scramble this. So this could have literally been done by programmatically constructing a lookup table with 5,040 entries in it and then end scrambling. So I'm kicking myself a little bit that I didn't notice that, but on the other hand, I actually don't care that much because I had fun yesterday, and fun is really the point of Advent of Code, so I'm okay with the choices that I made. But I said I was earlier going to do it the fast way tonight, but I just don't think it's happening. My stamina is already flagging, I can tell. It's kind of one of those things where if you're a little underslept, like you can tell that you're starting to slip, and then you just can't keep on going at full speed, on and on. Like, yesterday was kind of the acute phase of the fatigue from working the incident. Today is the kind of chronic, okay, I should probably get a couple good solid nights of sleep. So yeah, that's basically where I'm at. Is I know the smarter way of doing it. I figured it out yesterday after a good night's sleep. Who knew good night's sleep help you solve problems better? Yeah, so the end fine way is just construct all of the possible scramblings yourself and then unscramble it. And A9, cool. Encoded deductions are for known values. Yeah, right, like you can always deduce the same way. So that was completely... Oh, my phone is too close to my microphone and it is doing GSM noises. Yeah, so... there are, I think, essentially 3-4 good ways of doing it. I just picked the most intricate way because that's the way that I've always solved constraint problems when they're presented in Advent of Code. And yeah, your solution only works for 10 digits. Mine works for any combination, assuming that it's a solvable problem to begin with and you don't have to take any guesses. If you do have to guess, like, in some Sudokus, you do have to guess and backtrack, it wouldn't work. And that does mean that there's probably a problem involving Maid's backtracking at some point, but usually Eric does not like to mix backtracking and constraint solving at the same time, so. Awesome. Well, I hope people's days were less full of outages than yesterday was. It certainly seems like from yesterday you can kind of only go up. And for people who don't know what I'm talking about, if I go to status.aws.amazon.com, you can see they took away the big warning saying that there was a bunch of bad shit yesterday. But yes, there was a bunch of bad shit yesterday. And I'm sure if I pull open the dashboard, they claim to be all green. Yeah, I'm not going to believe that. I am not going to believe that at all, that it claims to have been green and then, like, you know, oh, it's resolved yesterday. So, yeah, but definitely a lot less directly tired than yesterday. Yeah, I made the this is not fine dog face expression yesterday. All right, well, we've got 3 minutes until the puzzle unlocks, so it's time to go ahead and get this set up and see what kind of a puzzle we get. And as you can tell, our cognitive abilities are quite a bit better than yesterday. It's kind of hard to do worse than cognitive exhaustion from burning all of your glucose in your brain. So that was fun. Input not go. Cool. Yeah, Amazon tends to post pretty good retros for kind of their larger incidents, even if it does take longer for them to publicly acknowledge that there's something going on than I would like. Hi, Epsilon. Cool. Well, if I finish before you, I'll raid you. Otherwise, if you finish before me, come raid me. You know how that goes. Good luck today, Epsilon. Okay. What was I going to do? I was going to talk about the way I would have solved it, but yeah, I'm not going to solve it the proper way today. Not proper way. All of these are perfectly proper ways. Oh, underwater cave. I bet this is what we're seeing here, because the puzzle mentions an underwater cave last time that we had to find our way into with the malfunctioning digits. This looks like that cave, so I guess that's the flavor text for today. It's something to do with navigating the cave. Awesome. I hope you had fun yesterday, Epsilon. That was definitely one of the more fun ones for me, even if I did it while in a state of exhaustion. Also, I got done with workshop teaching about 45 minutes early today, which was nice, because it meant that I actually got to take a walk outside, walk the dog, and other kind of person things. It's important to get person time. Yeah, just it's good that the kind of immediate crisis is over. See you, Hypersir. Thank you. I appreciate the wishes of good luck. Okay. Got about a minute left, so we'll just wait for that to pass. Sometimes silence is good. Silence is nice. All right, I don't need yesterday's input. This is my source code from previous days, if you're curious. And at some point, I will need Go generics, but I have not yet. Guess yesterday might have been easier if I'd done something with generics and the sorting algorithm. I don't know whether they've rewritten the sort algorithm to, with generics in mind, but doesn't matter. Today's a new day, new puzzle. Let's do this. 15 seconds. All right, the cave. They're lava tubes. Okay. We need to smoke flows to the lowest point. Find the low points. Diagonal locations do not count as adjacent. Okay. Risk level 1 plus its own height. Okay, that's easy enough. I understand how to do that. Okay, cool. Okay, let's make sure I got a complete input, having been bitten by that before. It's the row ending in 212. Good. Okay. Excellent. So we're going to So we're going to have a something like this. So this is column, this is row, and we just need to parse it as an individual digit. So yes, technically I could do this with rune subtraction, but I don't actually care enough to do that. Or maybe I do. Actually, this is fine. Is anything potentially numbered 0? What does 0 mean? 0 is the lowest that a location can be. Great. Okay. So H. That should do it. And then row is going to be make int and row height, something like that, and then heights and row. Okay, so now for and for something like that should do it. All right, so now we need to iterate on each position. We need to identify the lowest points, and then we need to identify its risk level. Okay. So now I'm just going to do something like this. And then we'll spin out a separate function to do this. So then height sum equals height plus 1. Okay. So now let's actually make heights a type height array int. And now func h array list. Okay. So over here, what we're going to do is we're going to inspect we're going to inspect the current value, and then we're going to that should do it, something like that. You know what? We'll do this way. That reads a little bit cleaner to me, in my personal opinion. So if we get to the end of this and we haven't found anything that is lower, then we return true. So now that should do it. If h r minus 1, c minus 1 is less than value, return false. Okay, so that's checking one value. This is now going to check c plus 1. Oh, and these are going to be ints, of course. Okay, and now we need to do these two criteria here that are in the inner. Same logic here, actually. It's the exact same logic. Okay. And except here, it's going to be r plus 1 and r plus 1. And this here is c minus 1. Okay. We don't use strconv, which is fine. We don't use strings, which is fine. Make height array. Oh, that just needs to be initialized with 0, and also here. Oh, and I do use strings, so that's fine. Oh, and this is just needs an int conversion here. 54 declared and not used. Oh, because this is... Yep, I don't actually use these, it's true. I don't need the indices in order to create the map in the first place. Okay, let's go ahead and put this in here. That is not correct. Okay, so now we're just going to check this. So what does my puzzle give on this? Okay, this gives 106, which is wrong. So there are too many low points that are being identified. So why is it that every point is being identified as a low point? It's interesting. So I'm definitely iterating everything. I'm just pretty sure that this is wrong here. But there's an easy way to check this, which is, let's see what it's doing wrong here. Okay, so now this should print out the thing. Okay. Yeah, okay, so it's misidentifying everything here. This one is correct here. This one is wrong. These ones are all wrong. Okay, so I'm clearly not checking the position to my right when I should be. That's my problem. So that's going to be if... Yeah. So in that situation, C is going to be greater than 0, C is going to be less than that. Why is it misidentifying this? Okay, so no, it's actually that I'm failing to look. Yeah, okay, so it's pretty clear to me. What am I doing wrong here? checking. Oh, I'm checking diagonals. I'm checking diagonals instead of in. Yeah, that's completely my fault. Yeah. Okay, I scuppered this up. Okay. Well, that feels bad. Yep. Okay. I understand what I did wrong here. Okay, so we're just going to delete this, and then we're going to do this effectively. I am going to be missing the top 1,000 on part A for sure because of this mistake. Yeah, that just needs to be this, and then likewise this needs to be this. Yeah, I checked all the diagonals, but none of the exact none of the left and right sides. Hi, Epsilon. Well, okay, today clearly must have been easy if you're done with parts A and B in the time that I spent chasing bugs in here. That's fine. We all misread the problem sometimes. This happens to everyone. Okay. Okay. This one is going to be R and R, C minus 1, C plus 1. There we go. Now I get 15 as I'm supposed to. I'm going to run this and run it on my real input this time. And I'll get 1942, which is correct this time, I bet. 1942 is wrong. Okay, that's interesting. What did I do wrong this time? Didn't out of memory. Nice. Well, congrats on your 112. I am definitely not faring as luckily. Okay, so that definitely yielded the correct result this time. That identifies this one, and this one correctly. The risk level is 1 plus its height. And I outputted the correct thing. So, what am I doing wrong this time? I'm looking up. I'm looking down. It's less than length of h minus 1. Yeah, that's correct. Looking left, and then I'm looking right. Yeah, that should be okay. Okay, let's manually check my more complex input, and what's the risk? Some of the risk points of all low levels on my height map. Okay, so this claims that there should be something 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep, so this is a 1. Yep, that's fine. Locations of the edge or corner have 3 or 2 adjacent locations. Diagonals are not adjacent. Risk level is 1 plus its height. Okay, I'm genuinely not sure what I did wrong here. That must be lower than all adjacent locations, e.g. can't be equal to. Oh, oh. So if they are equal to, then we... Okay, yep, I see. That was just a boundary condition that I didn't check. Okay, that's correct. Cool. Now we need to find the basins. Every low point has a basin. Locations will be in exactly one basin. Size of a basin is, yep. Find the 3 largest basins and multiply their sizes together. Okay. Cool. So that was, yep, I had to check the boundary condition, and that's what I did wrong. Okay. Let's get rid of my excess code. Just make sure that this runs fine. I really spent too long obsessing over again, like it's literally those single character typos that get you wrong. Okay. Now how do I figure out a basin? I guess you can start from a low point and grow outwards until you stop increasing. Right, because all basins are going to be bounded by 9s. That's how to do it. Okay, now I understand. Okay. So, how am I going to keep track of basins? Okay. Let's do it this way, since this is the best way that I know of. Type chord struct rc int. And then let's also do from a chord. Okay, I understand how to do this. Okay, so I'm going to take a list of nuclei, and then for each nucleus, I'm going to expand outwards. Yes, the name is from Lord of the Rings, Gandalf. Yeah, I was a silly kid. And the name has stuck since we were chronologically 16 years old, so we've had this name for 18 years now. It's kind of a pretty good name, if we're being honest. Okay. So this is going to be a map, okay, so type height so it's going to have a map from chord to chord. All right, so because there are diagonals, is it possible for 2 nuclei to contend on growing this to the same basin? Oh, but that should be fine. There should never be something that winds up going to more than one basin. Okay. Yep, this we're going to eat our words. We'll be done in 20 minutes, we're pretty sure. Okay. Okay. So basically, we're going to restructure this. we're going to restructure it this way, and that'll make a little bit more sense. So we're just going to do it this way instead. R minus 1. That's going to be confusing. Let's do it that way. I think that should do it. Okay. This just simplifies my logic later on, so I prefer doing it this way because it makes it more readable. Okay, so now H neighbors and this will take a chord instead. If H and C or NR and C sus are equal to value, then return false. Let's just make sure that that code works. Line 42 is wrong. Oh, that's missing that. Okay, and line 19 is wrong now. Oh, that's not used. That's fine. We'll just comment that out for now because I'm not using it. Line 26 is something wrong on it. Oh, this is just going to be that. Okay, that should do it. Of course. And there we go. Okay, that still yields 572, and now this makes the rest of this easier. Okay, so now we're going to traverse all nuclei for okay. Hey VWoo, welcome, welcome. Okay, so now we iterate over the neighbors. If basins n problem is that chord is, we need an okay. So if we found it's already part of the basin, then we skip it. otherwise, we know that we need to expand to this. Basins. My basin is basins W. Basins of n equals W. And then we need to, equals n, or basins of n equals my basin. And we need to add to the work list. So we're going to return a new work list when we're done. Okay. Oh, and of course, if it is if it's 9, then we also continue. High points cannot be part of a basin. Hi, Reams. Glad you all finished ahead of me. Hi, hi. Okay, so now this just results to being calling my work list. So basically, work list is make chord 0. Basins. Oh, and we need to supply a basins, which is going to be a make basins. Okay. Basins of location is going to be this. That way I don't create too many objects, although the curve here really isn't critical. We're going to set our location to ourself. Okay. And now the rest of this should flow. So while there's no more work to be done, work list equals h dot heights grow, and that takes the work list in the basins. I don't like the way that I formatted that. There we go. And that takes the list of basins. Okay, and that returns the correct sizes. Yep, that's correct. Okay. And now we iterate over the basins. Basin sizes is going to be make a wrapping from chord to int, and then basin sizes chord plus plus, or source plus plus. Okay, and now that we have this, what are we going to do? Don't know what it's going to take to get Nano to collapse this properly so you all can see. That's fine. Okay, this is maybe not the most efficient way, but I don't especially care. So sizes equals append sizes v, because it's asking for the top 3, and then sort dot sort. We need to look up how to sort, and there's an example of sorting ints. Sort ints sizes. Is there a way to sort in reverse order? And then we need to yeah. Sort, reverse, sort dot int slice sizes. Great. Okay. 1, 2, 3 parens, and then okay. So I just need to import sort, and this might just magically work on the first try. We'll see. Oh, it's product. Thank you, Epsilon. Product. Okay. Thank you for saving me from the buzzer. Oh. There we go. My basin, that needs to be defined that way. Usage. Oh, right. Sizes. Okay, and line 33, we're just smoking these out pretty quickly. New work list equals append. Yep. Okay, 1 is clearly the wrong answer, so we didn't get that correct. So my grow function is not working correctly. So is my work list being populated correctly? That's the first thing to check. No, because my work list never had anything added to it. Okay, let's run it on this simple input really fast. Make sure that one is correct. That is wrong. 3024 is... Yep, 3024 is wrong. So I'm probably growing basins too much. But fortunately, this is something that I can check because I can, over here, print out which basin I'm a part of. So let's just add that debugging here and see what that turns up. Basins index chord RC. Okay, so now this should give me an idea of what's happening. So, oh, because my 9s are getting counted as part of basins when they shouldn't be. Yep, that's the problem. My 9s are getting counted as part of basins. So why did this not work here? Oh, yeah, but I'm not adding it to the work list. Why is this still getting put into a basin? Because other than that, this code does appear to be working. Right, like this right basin captures all of this fine. It's just unnecessarily picking up elements that it shouldn't. Okay. So we know how to work through this. For each neighbor, the neighbor's logic is fine. Yeah, we should never be. Okay, so let's trace back to C. So we know here that we should never be considering row 0, column 2. So we should never be getting here. And we're not. Wait, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay, so that's never getting. So we aren't getting here. Yes, my list of basins is clearly wrong. Oh, but wait, unless there's a problem here. Okay. The problem might be in my printing code. What did I get wrong here? 114. Okay. 28. What did I do? Oh. Rail. This should be to make it come out to the same number of characters. Yeah, okay, so for some reason this should work fine. Yeah, so I skip a bunch of high points. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are more than 8 high points in here. Okay. So what writes to basins? Basins equals make basins. This is populating the sinks. Yeah, that's incredibly weird. This should be printing XX. Oh. Okay, now I'm infuriated. I know what I did wrong. This needed to be an N, not a W. There we go. That looks correct. That's 1134. Okay. Yep. Simple one-letter or one-digit typos is the theme of my night. All right, run it on my real input and paste that in. I'm done. Woohoo. Okay, that wasn't too bad. And hey, my prediction was correct. It would take me 20 minutes to finish the puzzle. Well, I think I got that bang on. Even with making mistakes, I think I allotted for making mistakes, and I got it. Thank you, Random Netcat. All right, let's see what the cool. So we're exploring deeper into the tunnel system. That's awesome. All right, let's go ahead and clean this up, and then I will get it uploaded so you all can look at it in your own time if you want. Yeah, this here just bit me really hard. Like, this was previously a W, and that's why that wasn't working. Cool. Okay. Yeah, I think this is good. Yeah, I could maybe figure out a more tidy way of doing this, but I'm happy enough with that. All right, let's check it in. All right, let's go ahead and push it on, and we'll go ahead and go ahead and raid someone else. And I'll see you tomorrow about the same time, and hopefully I will be less tired, because I will have had multiple days of rest from post-incident. All right, let's go say hi to Anthony. See you all later. See you tomorrow, folks.